In this lesson, we're going to be discussing simultaneous equations. So what is simultaneous equations? So simultaneous equations are a group of two or more equations with two or more unknowns. And the goal is to find the value of those unknowns such that when you input the values of the unknowns in each of the equation, it will satisfy the equation. For example, in this question 1, we have two equations. We have equation 1 and equation 2. And then because we have two equations, we have two unknowns, which are x and y. Alright, x and y. So these are the two unknowns. So by the time we are done solving these simultaneous equations, we are going to find the values of x and y. And so these values of x and y, when we plug it into this equation, say equation number 1, it is going to satisfy this equation by giving us the answer 16. And when we plug that same value in this equation number 2, it's going to return 2 as the answer. So that is just simultaneous equation. There are cases where you have 3 or more unknowns in the simultaneous equation. For example, assume you have x plus 2y plus z equals to 14. We have 2x plus 3y plus 2z equals to 2, and then x plus y plus z equals to 3. So these are simultaneous equations, but in this case we have 3 equations. We have 1, 2, and then 3 with 3 unknowns. The unknowns are x, y, and z. So in this case, after solving for the value of x, y, and z, the values we are going to get will satisfy each of this equation. Hence, when you plug in value of x, y, and z in this equation 1, you are going to get 14. If you do that in the equation 2, you are going to get 2. And then if you do that in the equation 3, you are going to get 3. So let's go ahead and solve the following simultaneous equations. And so we have method of solving simultaneous equations. You can solve simultaneous equations by elimination method and then by substitution method. But for the sake of this lesson, we're going to be solving these simultaneous equations with substitution method. Alright, substitution method. So we're going to use substitution method to solve these equations. Then in my next video on simultaneous equation, I will treat how to solve the equations using elimination method. So having said that, let's solve the equation. Let's start with equation number 1. Okay, let me leave this one here. Alright, so for this equation number 1, we have 3x plus 2y is equals to 16. Let us say that this is equation 1 and then this is equation. So the goal is to make either x or y subject to the formula in each of these equations. So you can pick equation number I or equation by I. So let's start with this x minus y equals to 2. Let's make x subject to the formula. So when we do that, we're going to have x is equal to 2 plus y. So when this minus y crosses here, it will turn to plus y. So I go to, let's call this equation 3. So I'm going to plug in this equation I into equation I. So anywhere we see x, we plug in 2 plus y. So we have 3 into, here is x, so we're going to plug in 2 plus y. We have 2 plus y, then plus we have 2y equals to 16. So 2 times 3 is 6, then plus 3 times y is 3y, then plus 2y equals to 16. Then we have 6 plus 3y plus 2y is equal to 5y, then equals to 16. So let's collect like terms. Let's take this 6 to the right hand side. This is plus. When it crosses to the right hand side, it will become negative. So we have 5y is equals to 16 minus 6. So 5y is equal to 16 minus 6 is equal to 10. And so when we divide both sides by 5, so this 5 will cancel this 5, and then the value of our y will be equal to 5 divided by 5 is 1, 10 divided by 5 is 2. So y is equal to 2. So having gotten the value of y, we are going to plug in this value of y in either equation 1 or equation II. Alright, so we're going to plug in the value of y equal to 2 either in equation I or in equation II. Alright, so which of these will be easier for us? So let's plug it into this equation II. So anywhere we see y, we are going to replace it with 2. Alright, so we have x minus y is equal to 2. Anywhere we see y, you replace it with 2. So we have x minus 2 is equal to 2. So let's take this negative 2 to the right hand side. When we do that, it will be plus. So we have x, or simply say let's add plus 2 to both sides, equals to 2 plus 2. So we have x minus 2 plus 2 is equal to 0, and then this becomes equals to 2 plus 2 is equals to 4. So we have that the values of our x and y are 4 and 2. So we have that x and y is equal to 4 and 2. So this is the answer to the first question. Alright, so let me write out the second question. Let's solve it. So the second question, I have 2x plus 5y is equal to 24, and then 3x minus y is equal to 2. So the same thing we did in the first one. I want to pause this video and try this question out. So we have 2x plus 5y is equal to 24, and 3x minus y is equal to 2. So this is our equation 1, and then this is our equation 2. Now let's make y subject to the formula. When we do that, we are going to take this negative y to the right hand side, it will turn to plus y, and then take this 2 to the left hand side, and then it turn to minus 2. So when we do that, we are going to have 3x minus 2 is equal to y. So let me write this equation. It's going to be y equals to 3x minus 2. So we're going to plug in this y equals to 3x minus 2. Let's call it equation I. We're going to plug in this equation into equation I. So anywhere you see y, you replace it with 3x minus 2. So we have 2x plus 5 into, then y is 3x minus 2. Then we have equal to 24. So this is 2x plus, so let's read this 5 and open the parentheses. 5 times 3x is 15x minus 5 times 2 is 10 equals to 24. So 2x plus 15x is equals to 17x, then equals to, then 24. When this negative 10 crosses to the right hand side, it becomes positive 10. So this becomes 17x is equals to 24 plus 10 is equals to 34. So let's divide both sides by 17. So this and this will cancel. So x is equals to 17 to 7 is 1. 34 divided by 17 is equals to 2. So the value for x is 2. So we're going to plug in this x is equals to 2 in equation II. If you do it in equation I, you are still going to get the answer. But for easier simplification, let's plug it into equation II. So anywhere we see x in the equation II, we're going to plug in 2. Alright, so we have 3 into, we have x is equals to 2, then minus y is equals to 2. So 2 times 3 is 6, minus y is equal to 2. So let's collect like terms. So this negative y is going to go to the right hand side, it will be plus y, and then this plus 2 will come to the left hand side, and it will be minus 2. So that we have 6 minus 2 is equals to y. And then when we evaluate that, 6 minus 2 is equal to 4. So 4 is equal to y. So we have that our y is equals to 4. Alright, so this is our final answer. Now, if you plug in x equals to 2 and y equals to 4 in any of this equation, we are going to get 24. So let's try out this equation I. So you have 2 into our x is equals to 2, then plus 5 into our y is equals to 4, then equals to, this expression now is supposed to give us 24. So 2 times 2 is equals to 4, then plus 5 times 4 is equals to 20, and then 4 plus 20 is equals to 24. And so that's the right answer to this question. Now I want to try out this question. I want to solve this question, and then tell me the answer in the comment section. Thank you for watching. Please remember to subscribe, like, comment, and share with your friends. Have a nice day.